I'm going to critique the most expensive house in Vail. So if you decide to build, design, or build a property for yourself, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy Mansion guy. Let's watch this one together.
There's an unspoken serenity about Vail. We're not here to stay up late and chase the party scene or necessarily people watch.
Wait a minute. Is this guy talking shit about Aspen? This guy's talking shit. He's talking straight up. If you're Aspanian, you should be offended. This guy's talking shit right now.
Vail, Colorado, one of the most iconic ski towns in the world. And in the heart of it sits something even more remarkable.
Let's pause it right there. Okay, they're talking shit. It's not like I stand for Aspen, okay? But we need to clear the air over here, okay? There's some drama going on between Vail and Aspen. I'm going to clear it out, okay? Vail, for transportation, flying in private, way easier than Aspen. The approach for Aspen, the weather is tricky, okay? However, as far as the village goes, he's right about, Aspen being more mainstream, more of a party town than Vail. However, architecturally speaking, Aspen is not trying to be Saint Moritz or Zermatt, okay? Aspen is trying to be Western. It's trying to be architecturally, a Western silver town, mining town that originally was, right? It's not trying to imitate another village, as to Vail is. And I wasn't going to say this, but personally don't like fake shit. And I prefer the village of Aspen 100 times over to Vail. Now, scenery-wise, I also like the mountain peaks of Aspen more than Vail.
Welcome to Alpentras, a home that raises the bar.
Well, Alpentras? I don't know what that. I hope it's not Alcatraz, because Trump is planning to reopen that shit, and a bunch of inmates gonna be showing up over here, and they're not gonna like it. I mean, they're gonna love it. The owners are not gonna like it.
This property is a statement of unparalleled craftsmanship. Designed to bring generations together, it provides an experience that simply cannot be recreated. And at $78 million, it raises the question, can a mountain home really be worth that much? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Okay, let's pause it right there. $78 million. First, you should know that they bought this property. I've done my research about the property for $29 million, $29,750,000. And I think they paid way too much for it in 2020. And then trying to flip it for $78 million, meaning their renovations and everything they've done to it, they're trying to ask $47 million premium on it when there is a really good comp for another property on the front row, ski in, ski out, that sold for $27 million during the same time they bought it for, and it ended up changing hands for $40 million. So right off the bat, I am sus, right? Like, this seems way, way, way overpriced, but let's take a look inside because I haven't seen the inside yet.
All right, everyone, once again, welcome to Vail, Colorado. We have a very special tour ahead of us, over 15,000 square feet of interior space, minutes away from the heart of Vail. The home itself consists of 6 levels.
Hold it. 6 levels. Okay, right off the bat, here's what I can tell you. The lot itself is not that valuable. You're pushed against the mountain. Now, the benefit of that is that you're probably, I think, southwest facing, also a little bit of east facing, but you're not facing the mountain. So you're probably not going to get any views of the actual slopes, which a ski house would really benefit from having that. So you can see the, skiers coming down. It's just, that's like part of part of the views that you can really get. I doubt this property would have that. The other element I can tell you is that it's super vertical. It just towers up like a condominium, and there's no curb appeal. When you walk up, you got to look up, and it just, all you see is really garages and everything. Now, I do like what they've done with the facade. I believe they've kind of redone the facade to kind of modernize it. I think they've taken a right approach by incorporating copper. So it gives that cabin vibe thing, but it's, you know, the overall curb appeal is like no one's going to see your house. Even if you consider it beautiful, it's not something that anyone would really enjoy from any angle.
The way this home is designed and built is actually very unique. Think about it like a spiral staircase that is attached to the hillside. As it goes up to the very top floor, it takes advantage of the surrounding landscape and the slope of the land extremely well.
That means it doesn't have a wow factor when you walk in, okay? Because you're in the like -6 level. The ground level is -6. So you come on in and you're going to face a wall immediately because you're going to be against the mountain. So to really get the wow factor, you have to go up a, you know, spiral staircase, I guess what he's saying, to get to the top level to get the view.
It has many outdoor patios, balconies that connect the interior spaces to the outdoors and also provide tremendous privacy to these interior spaces as well. And in fact, once we get up to those levels, you'll see the incredible views you get from this property.
See, once we get to those up levels, is something really hard to impress the buyers with, because when they walk in, the whole time is like you're trying to make an argument. It's like, hey, just wait. Just wait till we go to that one room that gets an amazing view. Again, that's why wow factor is so important. Your approach to the property. That's why you got to pay attention first. You should always buy the lot, right? That's what I talk about in my 5-day workshop. We talk about which lots to buy, what type of house to put on the lot. Right now, this property, they've bought it for $29 million, and they're trying to get $47 million for all the finishes and remodel they've done to the property, where it's, you know, the essence of it is a house against the mountain.
When you look at the exterior qualities of this home, this is where the tour gets very interesting. This home has 2 heated driveways, 2 entries, and 2 two-car garages.
It's a condominium. I told you guys, it's a condominium.
Everything about this home seems designed for comfort and sharing experiences. As soon as you step inside, you immediately see and feel the soothing tones and textures of this property. Natural stone floors, Venetian plaster walls, oak panel ceiling with mood lighting, and then we have this gorgeous chandelier here warming up the space, and behind that we have this beautiful walnut paneling.
So you walk into a wall. Okay, so basically, when you walk in, you see a wall. Expected, we saw that coming.
I also want to point out the fact that the door design here is super cool. It has that mid-century feel, all these glass sections, and they also brought the same copper detail from the exterior to the interior as well.
So I hate the door, okay, but I love the color palette. This is a really good sign as far as like how many materials they're introducing and how in tune those materials are. Hopefully they only bring these pop colors with accents like pillows or art and stuff, and they keep it cohesive throughout the property. Super important. The door looks cheap. The door looks like a door for a house of like $3-4 million.
Now, the first space we're going to check out is to my left, and it is the 2-car garage.
Oh my God. What is this? Back in college? Where's the bong? Like, you actually put furniture in the garage? $78 million? Are you serious?
Not only is it very spacious, it is also designed like a little lounge. In fact, they have a seating area here, some of their skis, winter gear.
What is going on? Like, they couldn't get permits for this, so they just kept the garage door. You see, that's the thing, is like when you're trying to go with features. I talk about this in my 5-day workshop, okay? Like when you're trying to sell on features, right? Instead of selling for emotions, right? Like selling the, you know, size of the steak and the weight of the steak instead of the sizzle and the color and the smell, right? This is a prime example. I talk about that extensively in my 5-day workshop. And this is like trying to convert the garage, making it something that it will never be. This will never be cool as long as the garage door is there.
On the corner, we have this built-in desk area with this gorgeous live edge, and they have the same live edge on the upper shelf here that's open, and above that you can see all the built-ins. Really nice corner for you to utilize.
3 people sitting next to each other over here. What? Looks like honestly a kid. His inspiration was like a kid's like high school dream or something. I don't know. It's horrible.
Let's go back to the entry and go to the other side. And this is actually a very cool space. We have a kitchenette here. Modern cabinets, onyx countertop, fabricated sink, and they also have the same onyx as a backsplash. That's also backlit, which is really nice. Your TV.
Wait, this is a hallway. And then you have a TV in the hallway and a kitchenette? I don't get it. Like, you're going to be really thirsty coming back from ski? Like, is this the reason you need a kitchenette so quickly? Is because it takes 6 sets of stairs to get to the top? You will like die by the time you get to the kitchen?
They even have a dishwasher drawer as well.
Oh my God. This is the first time where I've seen a dishwasher in the foyer of a house. This is a full-on kitchen. There's a full-on kitchen when you walk in.
Now, let's go to the left. We have the locker closet here, spacious. And beyond that, these cabinets do a great job hiding all of the ski gear. In fact, let me open up this one here that is currently empty. So you can see the built-in structure here, the hanger, open shelving, your glow heaters.
Great cabinetry, well thought out. Okay, so I guess this kitchenette is for when you're really starving or like getting something to eat before you go, which like, what are we, like a F Formula One? Like, just like it's a pit stop, like you're coming in, eating, and then like jumping out to go ski again? I don't get it.
I want to show another closet here that is currently filled with ski gear. And there you go. This is how it looks. And also, if you want, you can tuck the doors into the cabinetry as well.
Very cool. I love when it's so well thought out. Look at the space for the helmet, the right size, right dimension. Like, you can see the owner is a proper skier. Like, he actually uses the space, designed it. I love that. Like, these details, super important to get the person who actually skis. Really, really cool.
Let's continue our tour. We got more spaces to see. There's a powder bathroom to my right. And then over here, we have the staircase taking up to the second floor.
Okay, the staircase is super narrow. This is really, really narrow. I'm hoping there's another proper staircase in the house. But overall, the most impressive thing about here is textures, material, color palette. I think they nailed it on this floor. Really cool. Like, it is actually soothing how ridiculous the layout is downstairs, but the vibe and the atmosphere, like, I'm getting a consistent message of energy. I'm getting in the mood. Like, it's kind of prepping me, right? So I like it so far.
This home comes with 2 elevators. We have the first one here, second one around the corner.
Dude, was this converted from a condominium? I really think it was. It could be. You remember the Aspen video? I will link that in the end of the video. If you haven't seen that, there was actually like a multi-family or a condominium or a hotel which was converted. And I didn't know, and I found out in the comment section later that it was actually converted at some point. This could be another case.
Now, this is the second entry of the property. We have the second front door here.
Dude, this was a duplex. I'm pretty damn sure this was a duplex that was converted. You have sets of 2 of everything. This has to be a duplex.
Roughly the same finishes, another crystal light fixture above, the mood lighting, Venetian plaster. They play well with each other, and it just has a very cozy feeling to it. And then to my right, we have a utility room with a washer and dryer, your second elevator, your second powder room.
Okay, the actual washer and dryer for a mountain house, ski cabin, pretty important. Like, if you could like dump in some of your clothes right away without taking it upstairs and everything, pretty cool to have a washer and dryer on that level.
This door here opens up to the other 2-car garage where you can store your cars, ski gear, paddle boards, you name it. You can do a lot with it.
Okay, definitely the garages were not sexy. Neither one of them were sexy. Very typical American garages, well organized, but they were really trying to get like a lot of use out of them.
Now, I wanted to start our tour with the first floor because this is how you create the separation between the exterior and the interior of the property. You take out your jacket, your snowy shoes, and you cozy yourself up, get in the elevator, and go up all the way to the 5th floor where we have the main common spaces. This floor is full of unique details, finishes, and features. In fact, I want to start with the staircase here that takes you up to the very top floor. It's a beautiful staircase framed with wood, stainless steel railing, 2 skylights above, and it leads you to the 2 guest suites that we have on the very top floor. Also, another unique feature on this floor is the fact that we have the third entry to this property. So far, you've seen the 2 front doors that are located on the ground level. But on the 5th level, due to the elevation difference, it actually opens up to the street that is located behind the property. So you can actually come directly to the 5th level as well.
That's good. That's really, really good, especially for guests. If you're inviting guests over, super, super convenient. So they can catch an Uber if there is a driveway, right? I'm not sure there is, but if they could be dropped off over here so they don't have to go through the intestines of the house before seeing the actual wow factor, huge plus. I like this.
Now I'm going to go this way so we can showcase some of the spaces on this floor. There's a really nice seating area here with a wooden countertop, bar seating.
I feel like they didn't know what to do with this space. They just put 2 seating arrangements right next to each other. This is a little strange. The dining table makes sense over here, which the furniture is just horrendous. This, I don't know why there's any, like, what's the purpose of this? If this area right behind them was a bar, then it would have made some sort of a sense. But to me, it seemed like it was a no man's land. And this is important because it seems like it's a small square footage level. It's very vertical. And to get to a point where you don't know what to do with this area, where you end up putting another seating arrangement or like a bar arrangement, it's just telling me that you had this huge space and you didn't know what to do with it.
And there's also a very nice bar that's located right behind me. On the face value, this may seem like a little built-in section, but there's actually a bar here. This is all bolt-up cabinetry, which I'm going to extensively talk about in a second, but that's where we have the sink. This is where we have all the spirits, and you have all your accessories and cutlery down below.
This was a huge mistake, because the property has no wow factor. Imagine this. You had no wow factor from the entrance coming down. If you're coming down up the elevator or from the other entrance you're coming out, you still don't get a wow factor. Like, why wouldn't you make this a bar? Like, you don't know how to make a nice bar? Is that what, like, you're subconscious about that? Like, you don't know how to do that? I can teach you how to do it. But to do it like an extra cabinetary, like, what are we, like, in the freaking mudroom again? We just did that. We did that twice downstairs, right? This should have for sure been a bar. For sure would have been a beautifully designed bar to both frame the view when you walk in and set the mood. This doesn't set the mood for me.
Now I'm going to close these doors and take you to my favorite section of this level, which is this grand living room. I mean, take it all in.
It's not that grand. Okay, for $78 million, it's not that grand. Really like the ceiling heights, but it is a pretty damn small living space. Again, it showcases how vertical the property is. It's beautifully decorated. I really like the finishes in this house, and I love the fact that they use the furniture and the decor as pop colors. You see how, like, the yellow book on the coffee table, the golden pillows they have, just tiny little things to bring a little bit of color, but they've kept it consistent. Beautiful finishes. Really, really like it. I love the decor inside. It's very cool, but the space itself is not that grand.
We have these massive sliding glass doors opening up the interior to the exterior and to these breathtaking vistas. I mean, this is an incredible space, and I want to cover more details. But before we do that, let's get the specs out of the way. We have 11 bedrooms.
Holy moly, is it a soccer team? Was it like you can have the whole, like, Manchester United over here? 11 bedrooms. Again, to me, it's like pretty obvious this was a duplex before. I really want to find out. Let me know in the comments if it was.
Now, Dal, why don't we turn this way so we can focus on this cozy seating area?
It was grand, Enes. What happened? Now it became cozy? Your grand living room became cozy really quick. It is cozy, and it's appropriately cozy. I like it. I like this space.
These are all really the colors of nature, you know, in different shades and textures. And so
I think all colors are part of nature. I think what he's trying to say is that the setting, right, on the interior, the color palette matches the surrounding. And I agree with them. They've nailed it. They've really, really nailed it really well.
Now, we also have a gas fireplace here to cozy up the room. And let's face it, when you have a living room like this and these kind of views, fireplace ties it all together. And above that is actually a really cool art piece. But this art piece actually has a little function. Check this out. What a great way to hide your TV, bring some color, some art into the space, but still have your TV. I love this.
You know, it's going to be like year like 2050, and we still, like, Enes is going to be like, let me show you guys something. It's going to push a button and something goes away and TV's there. Like, can we get over this feature, guys? I mean, like, it's not that impressive. Like, we've done way bigger things. We've landed rockets back. This is pretty primitive. Okay, it's not the latest and the greatest technology we have.
I also really like how these sliding glass doors, or each one of the sections, are wood cased. It plays into this wood tone and the warmth of the room. And we also have clear story windows above, bringing additional natural light, and it just opens up the top section of the room and just makes the space feel a little bit more free.
Okay, let's talk about this room and the exposure, okay? This is a south facing, this window is facing the south, and the other window facing the mountain is west facing. So it's a south facing and a west facing, so it's gonna get a lot of natural light. A lot of natural light could be a good thing and a bad thing in wintertime, right? Because you might be overexposed. As you can see, the frame is overexposed here because the white snow on the mountains reflects the light back. But overall, a major positive for most properties in the world. You want this. Now, I want to also talk about the view. I really like the view, the west-facing view of this property, because it's along the contour of the valley, right? You can see the depth of the valley. It's an interactive view where there is kind of, it draws your eyes in by the two mountains facing out. I find the view beautifully framed by the windows, so I think it's as far as mountain views goes, I'll give it a 7. Normally it would be a 6, but I just like the way it's framed with the two mountains taking you all the way to that kind of a center of the view.
Before we go outside, I want to actually take everybody this way so we can tour the rest of this floor.
So he just walked past a huge section of the square footage that is completely wasted, by the way. Like, this whole middle area is perhaps maybe 300, 400 square feet of this level. And it's just, they just put a table in the middle.
To my left, we have the elevator landing and a door that opens up to the wraparound patio. Formal dining area here, but first, why don't we talk about this kitchen? Its design elements, functions, features. There are so many details here that I want to cover. I think it looks very elegant, sleek, and it also has every functionality you can think of.
The only thing I like about it is that they got the color palette right. And I like the fact that it has a lot of windows. So basically it's a galley kitchen that you couldn't even barely fit a 50-inch counter in there. I believe that counter should be 48 inches. The good thing they've done is by keeping it consistent and not making it busy, by going with modern European cabinets instead of more detailed, they're keeping it simple so it looks bigger, and then the natural light coming in from all direction also lighting it up. But overall, it's a very freaking small kitchen for $78 million.
Look at our surroundings, and this is the experience you get from your kitchen. And if that wasn't good enough, these are actually sliding glass windows, so they can actually connect the interior to the exterior, to the extended bar. That's why we have bar seating on the other side. And what a great way to prepare your meal and enjoy the outdoors.
Fantastic for summer months, right? Really, really cool. I love that. See, it's not about, sometimes the layout, right? The structure forces your hand, right? And I love the fact that they utilize this. They were like, oh, our kitchen is going to be crappy. Okay, we're not going to have a good kitchen. It's going to be a really small kitchen. But let's turn it into a positive for at least half of the year when, people come for the summer and spring. This could be a very cool area of the house that people will actually use. Sit down, you get drinks served from this side, food served from this side, where people hang out on the balcony outside. I like it. Again, they've done a smart move of turning the negative to the positive. Well done.
They have Gaggenau and Miele appliances, oven, induction, gas cooktop, and I believe that, let's get a close-up, knock-knock dishwasher, which is something I have to showcase every time we tour a home.
I hate these knock-knocks. Have you ever had one? It's the most annoying thing. Everyone turns around the moment you knock-knock. It's really crappy.
This kitchen has a very sleek and minimalist design, and check this out. Almost every single floor of this one, except the very top level, features a kitchen, which is crazy, and they're all bolt up.
What are we, fat asses? What? Why do we need a kitchen in every floor? Dude, this was a condominium. Either the owner of this thing is the owner of this German brand, okay, and they're like, you know what? We're going to buy this. We're going to write it off. We're going to turn it into a showroom. Or it's just trying to tell us we should eat more or cook more.
Now, next up, let's talk about the formal dining room. Stone table that can be extended. Leather wrapped chairs. This multi-dimensional chandelier, wood panel ceiling, and in fact, even your speakers are nicely blended into the ceiling design. And what I like about this space is the fact that you can open up the sliding glass doors here and the other side. Enjoy the cross breeze, especially during summer.
Only during the summer, I hope. The only thing I like about this dining room is this proximity to the kitchen and how you have enough setback to easily fit, 12 people? The actual table and the furniture and it's ridiculous. They completely lost the plot on this one.
Now, Del, I'm going to ask you to step backwards for a second because this is such an easy detail that you can overlook. There's a wine cellar here.
Oh my God, you shouldn't have mentioned this. Come on. This is not a wine cellar. Like, you do this for a $3 million house. This house better have a proper wine cellar.
Now, next up, we have another cozy seating area. Again, a lot of these pocket doors, concealed doors to close off sections and create private moments. And this is just another cozy space, built-ins. And then we have the TV on the other side.
Hold on. This is like a TV room for 2 people? Come on, dude. Come on. I get so excited for like TV nooks. I'm not a big fan of huge movie theaters in homes. I really like media rooms that are connected. So I was hoping this, I had my eye in this corner. I was like, when is he going to cover it? And I was really excited about this spot. But it needs to be large enough. Like, you can't even fit a family of 4 in this TV room. It does not make any sense. It does not make any sense at all.
Now, Dal, follow me this way. Another detail I want to point out. These walnut shutters are so elegant and so sturdy. And then to my left, we have a full bathroom. Now, when it comes to the finishes and design elements in this house, most of the bathrooms are pretty similar. You have Venetian plaster on the walls, skylight in this case, and then either onyx or natural stone countertops. The same sugar green finish is also here. And then you have the spacious walk-in shower with chrome fixtures and this awesome window that looks to the side of the property where you can see the snow.
Wait a minute. Is this the only powder room on this floor? Did he do a powder room before and I didn't notice it? I don't think so. This is strange for it to have a shower and it's not centrally located at all. Like, you would want your powder room to be way better centrally located, not instead of going through a media room and then in the corner you go. This seems like a bathroom for a bedroom, not the powder room for the living space.
Let's walk backwards. I'm gonna actually take you guys back to the staircase, to the 5th floor entry, and then on the other side, we have another full bathroom.
Okay, he just answered my question. But that one looks so much better than this one.
This multi-dimensional tile back wall, mood lighting, Venetian plaster, and then we have this limestone carved and chiseled vanity here, which is really the focal point of this bathroom. Your standalone faucet, glass enclosed walk-in shower.
Wait a minute. Why do you have a shower in your powder room? What are you doing? Are you telling your guests to take a shower before they come in? It's ridiculous. And that's why you have the toilet right next to the sink. You see how ugly that is? The toilet should have been there, like tucked away, like a little bit away from the actual sink. The other bathroom looked way nicer, but the size and dimensions of this is appropriate for a powder room. So that one was too small. Again, idiotic, really idiotic to put a shower in your main powder room.
And a toilet. Now, if you're wondering why there's a walk-in shower here, because this door opens up to the patio. This is one of the many outdoor spaces and patios that we have on this property.
Oh my God. Okay, you have 11 bedrooms. Your guests don't have to take a shower in the main living area. What an idiotic place to put a shower. If that's your excuse, which I'm pretty sure it is, that doesn't mean you, just because you have a spa outside, you should put the shower right next to it. You don't have to do that. You shouldn't do that, in fact. You have freaking 6 levels, dude. Tell them to go downstairs and take a shower over there. What are they going to do? Like, they have to take their clothes, everything in that little powder room?
Now, to my right, we have a massive jetted jacuzzi, cased in limestone. And on the back, you can see the water feature with built-in speakers. This jacuzzi also has a cover, and it is steaming right now. Last night we were inside and you get incredible views, such a cozy space, and what a great way to enjoy the outdoors. Now, the patio itself is heated, and in fact they have over 7,000 square feet of outdoor spaces that are heated like this. That way you can enjoy it year round. Also, we saw those massive sliding glass doors. In fact, Al, why don't you go backwards? One step you're inside, one step you're outside.
One step you're inside, the next step you're outside. He just pulled a rabbit out of the hat, guys. Come on. What else did you expect would happen? That's what happens when you go outside. It happens over one step. Did you think you have to take 5 steps? At one point, it's only one step. It's with every property. You go in, you come out. That's it.
And over here, we have a really cool outdoor seating area. I love this stone fabricated fire pit. It is dimensional, contemporary, and it actually provides a lot of heat. And behind that, we have another art piece or a sculpture, or at least that's what I thought when I saw it for the first time. But turns out it's actually none of those. It hides the 86-inch outdoor TV. I mean, how cool is that? If these views weren't enough and you want to elevate your experience here, you can watch TV.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I've ever had the chance to watch a movie in a jacuzzi, but that sounds like something we should try out tonight.
Actually, that's a good idea.
I'm not going to say anything.
Why don't we take everybody to the corner so we can talk about the views, our surroundings. I mean, Vail is such a charming ski town. The Gore mountain range is right in front of us.
See, I love this view. I really, really like it. This is like a solid 7 out of 10 mountain view without really having high peaks, right? Like one of the things I would criticize, Vail for, you don't have those sharp peaks of a mountain range, right? Like it's more like hills, not really mountains. As to like in Europe, in Zermatt, you get these like majestic peaks that are really, really beautiful. But this is very, very good view. I love it.
Let's wrap around for a second so we can showcase the other side of the 5th floor patio. We have an outdoor dining area here, another built-in fire pit. This corner is a little bit more cozier, tucked into the home. And then we have the kitchen here, and we talked about it earlier. Sliding glass windows, your bar seating area. I mean, a lot of outdoor space for you to enjoy on this level. And we have so much more to see on the levels below. But before we go there, I actually want to take everybody to the very top floor so we can check out one of those guest suites. Going up to the guest suites is a real change in elevation. This house is built into the hillside, so each floor has a different relationship with the landscape and the views. The top floor is the only level without shared social spaces. The guest rooms are isolated from sound, secluded and private, but only a few quick steps down the stairs into the mix. This room exudes coziness, and when I think of a mountain home, this is the type of room I think of. I really like the vaulted ceilings here, king-size bed, bedside tables, fireplace, TV.
I loved everything except the fireplace. Really beautiful. Well done. Love the palette. Love the soothingness. Like, love the fabric, right? They're introducing fabric. I love that.
But then you just open up your sliding glass doors, walk to a private balcony, take in the views, the vistas, drink your coffee, and walk right back in.
So did you guys see the view? You don't get any ski slope view. To me, like if you want to go talk about top echelon of, ski properties, you have to have it. Like that's a big one. You need to make sure you get to see the slopes. That's for me a pretty important one.
Each floor brings its own opportunities. The guest suites are slightly separated up at the top. The 5th floor has big common areas and openness. But as we head down to the 3rd floor, we find something different. The patios are more closely tucked into the hillside. There's plenty of social space, but it also has a range of amenities that might surprise you. Now the 3rd floor of this property is really exciting. We have many different moments, areas, rooms to tour, and like I mentioned earlier, even on this level, you get a full-size, proper kitchen.
Really? A proper kitchen has 50-inch marble. This is, I think, 46. This is a really narrow island. Why did you insist on having kitchens in every freaking floor? I don't understand. Or massive, like you can do kitchenette. Okay, like this one has an outdoor living spaces as well, but how many people are going to be cooking in this house? Isn't this a vacation home? Isn't this a place where you will probably have a chef come in? It's so ridiculous to have a kitchen in every freaking floor.
And look at all the cabinetry that's right behind me. The island set up here, that's stone fabricated. Bar seating down below, that is illuminated. And to my right, We can again see the two-tone cabinetry with bull-top cabinets.
I have to give it to them though. It's risky to take a cabin kitchen on the modern side. By just nailing that color that they've used, how complementary it is to the natural wood, it works. It works beautifully. It's actually a very good example of incorporating modern kitchen into a cabin. Love it.
Now, the focal point of this kitchen is what's down below us. This is a vault that happens to be a wine cellar.
This seems like a trap. This seems like like these like medieval times. They'll like put a trap right after like an entrance. You walk in and you just like there's spikes underneath. This is dangerous.
It's a dramatic entry. In fact, I'm gonna step inside. It is temperature controlled, so it's a proper wine cellar. And I mean, it's deep. I'm gonna go in there. There you go. I can almost stand up here. What a cool detail.
What a cool detail. What the hell is this? Is this like a party trick? Like the only thing you could say is like someone's gonna be impressed by this, but it's actual pretty freaking annoying to have this. Optically, it kind of looks cool, but if it doesn't connect to a bigger room where there is actual like a game room or, you know, like a drinking arrangement or anything, I thought like it leads to the proper wine cellar. It's just little stairs and that's it. You run out.
By the way, it's all made out of steel, so this thing gotta weigh so much, but it's a nice conversation piece. And let me close it real quick.
It's a quick conversation piece. They're like, you go in there, you're like, that's it? Like, come on.
Now, another detail I want to point out here, we have another pocket door that seals off the kitchen so you can have a private moment when it comes to your formal dining room. Now, this part of the house has incredible ceiling height, the volume, and then your formal dining room, they use the same shoe green as the surface for the dining room table. We have the same leather wrap chairs.
Oh my God, like the upstairs one wasn't horrible enough. You bought the same one downstairs. Horrible. This is interesting. So you have two identical living spaces. I guess this one has a bigger backyard and has a swimming pool. Like again, see, this is not at all how I would have done it. I would have made this like the pool area, like the fun floor. Instead of putting a kitchen here, this is where I would have put all the other activities that you would have done. Maybe you still have a TV where you can watch a football game and go in and out and entertain, but not a kitchen and a formal dining area. I would have incorporated like outdoor activities, indoor activities to this area, like a fun floor, instead of having another like duplicate of what I had already upstairs.
And Del, in fact, why don't we go backwards for a second? I want everybody to see the natural light that comes into this room. The volume, the ceiling design here, and how oak paneling gives so much character to the space. And in the center, we have this elegant seating area, these stone coffee tables, comfortable pillows, sliding glass doors opening up.
100%. Like I would have totally made this room the fun room, right? This is where like you have to give spaces their own reason to hang out. People just don't go from one floor to another floor to have the same experience. Each space should have a reason. This is what I talk about in my 5-day workshop, but I'm having one next month. You can read and listen to the testimonials of everyone who took it last month. It was incredible.
Now, the second detail I want to cover here is the loft space that is located on the 4th floor. You can actually see the glass railing from this level, and there's also a pocket door that seals off that opening if you want to provide privacy for the great room. But it's actually a really nice space. They're currently utilizing it as the kids' play area.
Great. See, again, because they gave the space, they felt like they didn't have to give the lower floor to that. No, they're two different things. See, this would have been a fantastic kids' living area. Also would have probably made a good TV area, right? But this whole area, both the mezzanine level and the lower floor, for sure should have been the fun floor, right? Connects to the swimming pool, connects to the outdoor area. Like you need to nail that one purpose, right? The purpose of this floor would have been fun, activities, and enjoyment. And you could have done all of it in the two floors, in this floor and the mezzanine level, and you just didn't do that.
Now, the last thing left for us to do here is to open up the sliding glass doors so we can check out this amazing patio. This outdoor space is cozy, warm. And I love the fact that it is tucked into the hillside, so you have this gorgeous backdrop. And what a quaint space. You have your outdoor seating area here with a fire pit. Then we have the outdoor dining area right in the center. And Dal, why don't we bring everybody here? You even have an outdoor barbecue area. And I love that they feature this detail on every single patio level.
I love it. This floor was the fun level.
Now, there's also a staircase here that takes you down to the lower level where we have the gym. So you have an easy access there. And then this beautiful, inviting, steaming jacuzzi that is jetted, cased in limestone. On the other side, we have this lovely pool that kicks out towards this side of the property. And since we're on the 3rd floor right now, we're a little bit closer to the grounds. You feel like you're a more integral part of this ski town, and I love it. I mean, what an amazing space to entertain.
Okay, it's not a lap pool, but it's cool. I mean, if for summertime to have a jacuzzi and a swimming pool, small dipping pool on this side, fantastic.
This is now my 3rd time in Vail, and the experience makes more of an impression on me with each visit. I feel the raw beauty of the mountains. It makes me want to ski and explore. Also the charm of the village, and finding a way to slow down. When you see people walking the pedestrian streets with skis and snowboards, browsing the shops, and talking on the bridges, it all really feels like something special. Vail has a unique charm, a vibe to it. If I were to walk down here and take a photo in front of one of these restaurants or shops, I can fool people that I'm in Europe.
I completely disagree. First of all, who are you trying to fool? You won't be trying to fool me, okay? You might be able to fool someone who can't even afford to go to Alps or the Rockies for that matter. You're trying to be something you're not. And that's my problem with Vail. I personally completely disagree with Enes. I believe there is a charm, there is a character to Aspen and Telluride and other American ski resorts where that Western movie vibe, energy, is alive and beating, and I feel it. And I didn't even grow up in this country. I saw it in the movies my dad used to watch. I love the Western culture. I have a fantasy with the Western culture, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. That's the experience I wanted and I got in Aspen. That's the experience I was expecting and got it greatly in Telluride. So culturally, I much rather have the OG, the original in Rocky over here. And when I want that European experience, I will go to Europe and visit it.
You literally walk into the village and you experience this magic that is Vail. And it's intimate. It's not a big village.
See, to me, this looks like manufactured. To me, it's just a bunch of developers. Just because architecturally you try to imitate something doesn't become it.
And a lot of the founders were of European descent, so they wanted to bring some of that European charm, and I think they just nailed it. It's so great because when you show up here, you don't have to get in a car, you don't have to drive, you don't have to navigate your kids with traffic and have those concerns.
Okay, I agree. They have. There's not much you can drive around from the research I've done, but in Aspen, you can literally walk to gondola and go ski right from the village, right? And it's actual real village. It's not a fake village.
I mean, literally, I look over your shoulders and I see people coming down the ski hill right into the base of the village, and they're going to load the gondola and do it all over again.
And I'm very jealous of those people. It's pretty difficult to watch it from here because that looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, I feel like I've been bashing Vail because they're attacking other ski towns. Let me tell you guys what I like about Vail, and I think what really makes the village actually special. That river, that creek that goes through it, that's the number one thing that to me gives that European vibe. But not the buildings, not the replica buildings they've built at all.
Now, rest of the 3rd floor still has a lot of surprises for us. We have the first of the 2 primary bedrooms. We'll tour that last on this level. And now, Dal, follow me this way. How exciting is this space? Screening room and direct access from your kitchen. Now, you may just come to this space and assume that, oh, this is the remaining part of the cabinetry, some extra storage, and maybe some refrigerator drawers. You would be partially wrong. Not only do we have extra storage here, there's also a bar on this side. discreetly hidden.
I don't get it. Like, why are they hiding all their bars? You could really decor a space with a bar. It's beautiful if you do it right. Like, you can't do a bar, in the ski cabin vibe, excellently will warm up the space. I don't get why they keep hiding their bars. This could have been a moment.
There's also a small seating area here, and someone messed up the bar seating, so I'll just correct that as we go. And now let's talk about the screening room. A very cozy space and cashmere wall coverings throughout. This is something we're going to experience a lot throughout the property. They have Loro Piana, cashmere wrapped walls in bedrooms and in some of the common spaces.
I love this. I'm going to talk about the movie theater, but I love the fact that they incorporated fabric at the right house at the right location. Don't do this in Palm Springs. Okay, this is a winter cold environment, right? It works. The whole palette works with it, right? The contrasting colors, the fabric, the texture works beautifully. Well done. Now let's talk about the movie theater. Really like it. Again, this floor should have been the entertainment floor. I don't mind the weird shape. To me, actually, that gives it more characters. Could be like a lower level for kids, the upper level for the parents. It works beautifully. I love the fact that this floor, you're getting everything done. But putting a kitchen there was a complete waste of space to me. Two of the same thing doesn't make sense. You should nail one floor perfectly for that one purpose. And this floor was perfect for entertainment.
Now, why don't we go this way? We have a very exciting room ahead of us. In fact, to my left, we have the second elevator landing, a long hallway here. To my right, we have another guest suite. And let's see. I didn't remember the password. This is such a cool space. Let me turn on the light. Welcome to the indoor pool. Now, we have a small bathroom here with a steam shower and the indoor pool itself. I really like the feel of this space.
This is not a pool, bro. This is like a plunge pool. This is not a swimming pool. Don't call this a pool. This is like the freaking cold plunge, okay? If you turn the temperature cold, it's not a swimming pool.
What an amazing room. And now let's go see that primary bedroom suite. This room, where it's positioned within the property, the view corridors, connectivity to the outdoors, they all come together and provide a very distinct feel for this space. I like the king size bed here and this elaborate headboard design with nightstands on each side as part of its aesthetic.
I love the color. I love the textures. I think they've got the palette so good in this house on the interior. But what I don't like is that your primary suite is not getting the best views in the house. From this level, it's treetop views. From the upper floor, you had really good views. And your primary bedroom, $78 million, actually none of your bedrooms get good views because the two bedrooms on the 6th floor were facing the other way, so you were not getting any views from there either. And that's the problem when you're asking $78 million. You didn't even deliver a view, a prime view, for any of your 11 bedrooms.
Now, let me show you the bathroom, but before we go in there, walnut doors and sugar green inlaid panels, again giving you that contrast and texture. And then as soon as we walk in, the first thing we see is the built-in tub that's jetted, wrapped in limestone. Another massive picture window. Now on the other side, we have a long vanity with two sinks that are illuminated, two separate water closets, and this glass enclosed walk-in shower.
Like, this was an appropriate place to put a Japanese toilet in Vail, Colorado, where it gets really cold, so the toilet seat would be warm when you sit on it in the middle of winter time. This would have been really, really appropriate.
This shower has steam feature, this beautiful book-matched slab in the center.
I like this slab, even though it's really busy. I love the pattern, really cool. And I liked how they framed it. They just didn't put it all out, the whole thing. The fact that it's framed, it looks beautiful.
Now the walk-in closet that wraps to the back, and we also have a washer and dryer here.
In the primary suite, who's doing your clothes yourself? This is weird. I was expecting the wash and dryer to have a proper laundry in this house. I'm sure it does because it has 11 bedroom. It has to have it. But to have that in your primary closet, I guess some people are sensitive about strangers touching their underwear. So they choose to do it themselves. I would say maybe that's the reason.
The way that these bedrooms are designed, with cozy touches and stunning views, makes them so welcoming after a long day. It's like the house is giving you a big hug.
I agree. Look at that frame. Copy that. That is really, really good. This frame is beautiful. Well done. Well done.
The second floor of this property is designed in a way to accommodate your guests, your family members, and it is a very cozy level, and I'm really excited for the last room that we'll be touring on this floor. Now, this may look like a built-in cabinetry or possibly storage, but no, it's actually another kitchen. Quite impressive.
It's not impressive, man. If you have 20 kitchens in your house, it's not something to brag about. This does not make any sense, guys. To me, it's just they didn't have a better idea. Like, that's the only reason I can think of. Look, if generational living, if you ever lived in a generation, if from that part of the world where three, generations actually live together, normally they all cook together. This is like an American version of each family's doing their own thing, but they're living together. That's not generational living if you don't come from that part of the universe, okay? The whole generational living part is that all the cousins are playing with each other, the grandparents are in, the kids are in, the in-laws are in, they're all working together. They don't work in 3 different kitchens.
And right across, you have a cozy seating area, complemented with a fireplace, TV above. I mean, this is one of those sectional couches where you just want to lay down, take a nap, and I don't know, go skiing, go be outside, come here, relax, rest, have some good meals, and go back out there. That's what this place is all about.
See, instead of doing it this way, you could have said, this floor would have been for kids, and set this up for playing video games after coming from the ski or doing homework. I don't know, designate. Don't tell me 3 kitchens for 3 different generations, okay? That if you want to understand how a generational house works, all the kids are going to be together. They would want to be together. Designate one floor to them so they could do everything they want, and then think about what they want to do. Okay, they want to play video games. It's a big one for them, right? They want to do their homeworks. That's another big one their parents would want them to do, right? So try to feed all those needs. Don't try to separate a generational house with 3 different kitchens.
Now, this wing of the house features 3 spacious guest suites, the main laundry room, staircase to the lower level, and 2 elevator landings. Again, this section is all about your guests and your family members, and I'm going to keep our tour here short and sweet and continue with the other wing. Now, the other room is arguably one of the coolest rooms in the property. It has its own full bathroom that is really well decked out with the tub, walk-in shower, vanity, and this is where we have the gym. I really like the design aesthetic here.
It's really small for 11 bedrooms. Are you telling me this is like 3 generations want to all work out together here? Someone's going to get hurt. This is really, really small. Again, it seems to me like an afterthought. You went to max out on the bedroom count for a rental price, right? Like how much you can charge. Then you cheaped out on the gym. Greatly finished, great equipment, love everything about it. Super, super small.
And when you're ready, you can simply open up the door here, go outside, and during summer, if you follow this path, it actually takes you to the side of the property where we have a really nice green lawn area, and it also connects up to the 3rd floor patio as well. And with that, we're done with the 2nd floor. Now I want to take everybody up to the 4th floor so we can check out the remaining bedroom suites. What I like about this level is the fact that
it has another kitchen. I bet you we're going to see another kitchen.
To my right, we have the primary bedroom suite that we're going to tour in a second. Some built-in cabinetry for storage. And if you come over here and just praise the cabinetry, is actually a hallway with another concealed door that takes you to the loft area that we pointed out earlier. Now we also have a laundry room here with 2 washers and dryers, staircase access to the level above.
This is so strange. Again, they had too much vertical space and didn't know how to designate. I really believe that. They did a really poor job of identifying the avatar. See, in my 5-day workshop, like a whole day, 2 days, we spend on talking about avatars. If you're trying to renovate or build a dream home for yourself, and if you don't want it to spend 2 years on the market, or for your grandkids and kids to, when they sell it, when you pass away, to cuss you out, you need to, if you're building for yourself, you need to identify an avatar. And if you're a builder, then you should definitely be doing it, because once you finish it, you're going to sell it, right? You need to identify 3 different types of avatars. And I really think they got their primary avatar wrong. They're designing for a generational house, okay, American style. Americans, okay, don't live generationally, okay? Americans don't live with their in-laws. So if you're building for them a generational house, they just don't live it like that. And so it won't work for a primary residence. Then if you're building it for their vacation home, at least the time they're vacationing, they want to hang out with each other, right? They're not going to cook in 3 different kitchens away from each other and do their laundry in each floor. Even Americans don't do that on vacation.
Small seating area, and then this cozy sectional couch. Wood panel ceilings, mood lighting, TV, fireplace. To my left, we have another guest suite that I'm going to skip. We're going to check out this patio last, but for now, I want to tour the kids' room. Now, I particularly wanted to come to this room because on this level, the owners are currently occupying the space.
Freaking awesome, dude. Kids would love this. This is so cool. Like, the bedrooms are the best part of the house. The finishes in the bedrooms, they are so warm, so beautifully done, where you would just want to spend the whole time in the bedroom. It's amazing.
And now the primary bedroom suite. Not only this room is very spacious and gets great natural light, I love the fact that the bed is pushed to the back to provide additional privacy. And then we have this wraparound balcony that adds up to the privacy aspect of this room. But the focal point here is the glass walls and how it brings these incredible jaw-dropping views straight into your room.
Okay, so this is the room above the last one. So it gets a slightly better view, but not as good as the 5th floor. I wish we could have seen the view on a clear day, but we're just going to take Enes's word for it.
Now, this primary bedroom suite actually comes with 2 full bathrooms. We have the first one right here. Off of this entry, we actually have the walk-in closet. Now, the owners of this property are occupying this bedroom, so I want to kind of respect their privacy and just quickly go through the closet. And the bathroom is here, same natural stone countertops, recessed in shelving that features the same shoe green. And then you have your spacious walk-in shower with this beautiful slab, chrome fixtures. And on the other side, we have the second bathroom. This one comes with a built-in tub and walk-in shower configuration. Again, spacious, limestone finishes, chrome fixtures, your water closet, vanities on this side.
Okay, so none of the primary bedrooms, bathrooms had really good views. As to the lower floor, the bathroom there did have good views. So you get his and hers here, but I didn't see a window in either one of these bathrooms, which is a negative.
And that's pretty much it for the primary bedroom suite. But now we got to go outside and see that incredible backyard on this floor. As I walk out to the back patio, our final space of the tour, I realize how much ground we've covered, how many spaces and moments, but it really feels like a family home.
Can you say a cozy 15,000 square foot home? Normally you'd say no, but it really pulls it off here.
It does have cozy rooms, but it has a lot of repetitive cozy rooms. You see, who's the target buyer here? Okay, who is it? Okay, I can tell you, the only target buyer which I see would actually get benefit out of this for someone who has maybe 6 or 7 kids. It really would have been better if this was 3 units. If this was like a condominium which each floor had its own space, would have been a better product, because to me, if someone buys this, a lot of the floors would just never get used. And then if you're looking at it at a vacation rental, wouldn't you want to be in the same pool with all the people you're vacationing at the same time? Or would you want to go on a vacation with 4 different groups of families, or 5 or 6 different families, and each be in a different pool? What's the whole point of vacationing together? Do you see what I'm saying? Some products are meant to be separated because they were designed, built vertically in a way to give 3 different pools to 3 different homes, right? I don't know the history of this property. It's the first time me looking at it, but it could be the case that it was converted to a single residence because somebody just thought it would be a good idea. To me, having 3-4 different pools in different areas, you can only use one of them at a time, alone or with family. That's the whole point of having a vacation home, is for everybody to be together.
This is such an important point for this house. It's the experience of sharing it with others. Every floor, every patio, every space is designed for you to spend time with your family and your guests.
If the whole point of this house is to bring the whole family together, then why did you give me 3 different kitchens? You had to do that because the house was vertical. In fact, if you can fit, you have 11 bedrooms, right? You can fit 5.5 families. Like each family can take 2 bedrooms and you still have like a single couple coming in, right? Each floor is not even big enough to hold that in. And if the whole point of even vacationing is to be together, then everybody's separated during the whole vacation. Everyone is in one swimming pool. The whole thing is there. This was not by design. It's by choice because the house was vertical.
Just when you think this property cannot get any better, it delivers even more. And before we exited out to the space, I call this section the backyard, because to me, it has a feel of a backyard because of all the trees and how cozy and contained this outdoor space feels. Another outdoor barbecue area, and we talked about these sliding glass doors earlier, opening up the seating area to the outdoors. Now we also have a built-in seating area here with a fire pit, and there's also a water feature here that is currently, well, almost frozen. But you can imagine during summer with all these trees, water running, it sets that tranquil tone. Now the focal point of this terrace is the heated pool and these views. I mean, look how inviting this space is. You can see the steam coming out.
Look at this outdoor space. It's amazing, right? You have a lot of outdoor spaces in this property, and this is by far the best one. It doesn't get views, but it actually feels like a backyard, like Enes said. But if your whole point is to buy this and bring the whole family together, the layout and the structure of this kind of separates the whole family, right? Like everyone will be in one floor. Like if the whole purpose is bringing everyone together, wouldn't it, like a 1-story or a 2-story home would really bring the whole family together where everybody going to be together? To me, it's just like, bringing the whole family in for dinner would be like herding cats, right? Like, where is Jimmy? I don't know. It's the 6th floor, the 2nd floor. Which swimming pool? Which swimming pool are you? Are you in the movie theater? It would be a mess trying to really bring the whole family together. For that reason, as much as I think they did an amazing job for the finishes and everything, this would have been a project I would have talked one of my consulting clients out of. I've saved millions of dollars to my clients by talking them to not take on a project, which your real estate agent would never do because they're not going to get paid, right? You don't get paid for you to not transact. I spend half of my time talking sense and walking through them, showing them the end product in their head, how it will look 3 years down the road so they won't commit 3 years of their life. Millions and millions of dollars, over leveraging themselves, risking, and the headaches and the dealing. Building is not easy. What I can do is I would have seen this from the day one. I would have told them, it's like, look, this property is built to be 3 different homes, not 1. This would have made a fantastic triplex, right? 3 really, really good units, perfectly balanced, amazing outdoor spaces. It would have netted really good amount. I don't think this property should have ever been made into 1 unit. See, just because you can and you have the money to do it doesn't mean it's a good idea. And that's what I do in my consulting. That's what we talk about, the 5-day workshop. The link is in the description. Now, there is a property in Aspen that is like makes this look like an angel, okay? If you want to watch that one, click over here. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next episode, and I will be reading the comments after this one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.